Karlie read, were you weren't wearing panties. Why did they have to blur out your car? When you fell, I was like, wait a minute, what is that blurred out area? You're not wearing any drawers. Alright, so this is the recap for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 14. This show's a damn mess. Okay, so it starts off with Karlie Red, and of course, this is the infamous scene where she drops to the floor when Life opens up the ring box. And in the ring box, of course, is a ring. But it's not a engagement ring. It's actually a, yes, this is my commitment to you. No, this is my, yeah, this is what our relationship means. I want you to always have this to know so that you remember me by this, because this is all you will have from me. I'm gone. I'm leaving. That's it. That's it. Done. Finito. Done. Done. And Karlie Red, without her shoes, without anything, is walking on this. Oh my, that is the cleanest sidewalk I've ever seen in my life. Like, Love and Hip Hop, I notice everything. I ain't slick. And she's just like, I don't understand what the problem is. She's just like, you are a liar. You went and you slept with this person, you were with Scrap. I'm not dumb. You're not going to play me. She's like, wait a minute. We're in an open relationship. And how is it that we're in an open relationship and yet you're saying that I can't do what I want, but you can do whatever you want? What is this double standard with these men? Karlie Red, I'm telling you this. The double standard is you went and hid it. You know about his little hoochies. And that's why you were thrown off when you thought that he was married. Because you know about the women that he's with. And he didn't know about the people, well, the person that you were with. That's why he was upset about it. Does it really make sense? No. No. Please like, comment, subscribe. But this is what you signed up for when you decided that it was okay for you to be in the open relationship. I can't even finish that complete open No. No, it's you and me and we together. That's it. That's it. I don't want anyone touching you. I don't need anyone touching me. Now, we can go and look at other people. You know, just general looking like, oh, okay. But that's it. That's it. Now, Arian is thinking that she's his songstress. So, D. Smith decides that she's going to go and bring in an actual vocal coach. Arian wasn't ready for it. Clearly, because she came in, Arian looked her usual cute self. And D. Smith was just like, yeah, oh, this is my regular look. I'm here to work. What are you doing? So she it's like, okay. So the vocal coach has her does the scale. And I can't sing, so I would actually sound like how Arian sounded when she went and did it. She didn't sound horrible, but she didn't sound like she came there to actually record a record. So this is the vocal coach. La 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 la. La 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 la. This is Arian. La 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 la. You know, and it was just like, oh, oh. Do re mi fa sol la si do. Do re mi fa sol la si do. Arian, stop it. Stop it. You know, I can't agree with anything when it comes to D. Smith, but I will say that D. Smith is on to something. Arian's trying to talk about how, you know, I feel like you're trying to play me and that you're not really here for me. No, of course she's not here for you because she's not taking you seriously. Why would she take you seriously? You came to the recording studio sounding like that. How do you come to someone's recording studio saying that you want to lay down a track and your voice sounds like mine? Like, even when I was trying, I still sound like, by today's standards, well, by today's standards, okay, but still trash. Let's just be real. Unless it's perfection, it's trash. That's how this thing works when it comes to music. So it doesn't matter who you work with. You don't need someone that's going to kiss your butt, because that's what's going to get you in a lot of trouble. But I do agree with you shouldn't be working with D. Smith. We all could have told you that. Scrap decides, not Scrap, Jock decides he's going to go and take Mama D up on her, I'm not going to call it an offer, you know, her command as, you know, her cousin. You need to go and write me a track. Now, the track, it was what it was. What was it? It's my crown. It's my throne. Get in order. B-I-T-C-H. No, B-I-C-T-H in that order. Like, I don't remember what the track was. But I was just like, okay, this is... No. Mama D. No. Like, I feel like the music video is going to have to sell us on this one because... So, J Nix comes in and J Nix is just like, oh yeah, so Mama D, you know, we have to come down, once you're done with it, you need to come down to the radio station and promote it. I'm like, okay, that's cute, keep it in the family. But, what? Jock looked shook when he was trying to tell J Nix about, you know, smashing Amber. It took him a minute and a half to just go and say that he was smashing Amber. As soon as he said it, J Nix is just like, so you tell me that you sleeping with my... Oh my god, dude, thank you! It's just like... What? Now remember, because he likes Tiara, so of course he's thinking this is great. Of course at this time, he's thinking that this is perfect, that as long as Scrap is with... as long as Young Jock is with, what's her name? With his Amber, then he can go and be with Tiara. So he was just like, you know what? You're doing me a huge favor. Not only are you doing me a huge favor, now I need for you to go and, you need to go and be Amber's date. Yes, be her date at her cosmetic event, and I'll go and I'll bring Tiara, and that way Amber will know we're officially done. I'm like, what type? Wait a minute. So, was this a relationship for the show or what? Because all of a sudden Amber has a cosmetic line, you have your radio show, you two happen to be together. Amber also works at the strip club as a stripper. And Mona Scott Young, you're not fooling me. You are not fooling me. I understand you believe these people when they come to you with these storylines, but come on, we need to do a better vetting process because this is a joke. But what isn't a joke is Tammy. I believed everything that she was going through. And Tammy talks with Bambi, and Tammy's just like, look, I know I told you the last time that I'm not sure if it was going to work out with Waka Flocka, but now I know for sure it's not going to work out with Waka Flocka. And it hurts me not just because of the fact that she loves him, it's because of the fact that, oh yeah, did you guys notice Tammy's chest area? I was like, look at those veins. I was like, look at those veins. I never noticed them before. I was just like, look at Tammy. Look at Tammy. Well, how can you do that to Tammy? Oh, what was I talking? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, she was just like, I know my worth, I know what I'll put up with and what I won't put up with. I'm like, good for you, because a lot of women will just been like, you know what, as long as you don't get anyone pregnant, we're cool. I don't know how you ladies put up with that type of mentality, because us guys, we're not forgiving. We're 10 times more petty and not forgiving. Oh, you looked at him. Okay, so here's all your stuff. Thank you. You a hoe. Bye. That's not saying how I would handle it. I'm just saying that's how the average guy would handle it. And Bambi, of course, is hurt because it's just like her friend. She knows that she really got close with Waka's family. And then also what she's going to do with her daughter. Because her daughter loves Waka as if he's her own father. And of course, Tammy loves Deb as if that's her own mother. Forget mother-in-law, as if that's her own mother. So that's sad because it really is a family being broken up. And you have to remember, Deb lost her son a couple of years prior. So that's still fresh for her. And so with Tammy also leaving, that is just too much. And K. Michelle is of course doing it big in New York. And she has her stylist friend. And it was interesting when they're talking about people in Atlanta who everyone's in a recording studio. No one has a single. It's so true. It's like, oh, I'm a model. It's like on social media because that's cute and all, but where's your headshots? Come on now, stop it. Adrian goes and visits Kate Michelle because, you know, she's thinking now. She's like, oh, maybe I should actually go and I have a friend who's talented and currently still caught that. Currently still successful. And why don't I go and talk with her? So, Michelle, once she starts to hear out Adrian, she's just like, Arian, she's just like, girl, I know how you sound. Trash. trash. We're gonna be recording, essentially, is how K. Michelle's treating it. Ariane was just like, you know, here's what you'll understand. I focused on everyone else except for myself, and so now it's up to me to go and put the focus back on me. I'm doing this for me, for nobody else. K. Michelle's just like, you know what? I love you. I actually like you too, and so I'm gonna go and do you a solid. If you really want to follow the ropes, come and work with me. Come and shadow me for the week. Shadow me for the week. See how it is to actually be a relevant entertainer with multiple things going on, and you know, just let me know if it's something you really want to do or if you're just trying to play dress up. And so she was just like, you know, that's dope. I was thinking, K. Michelle, I know you're doing this because you want to help your friend, but I know there's a little bit of sarcasm there where you're just like, all right, let's see if this chick really has it. Let's see if she really has it being a roadie. Stevie J's throwing a party. I know you guys probably think that I'm reading something when I look down. No, it's just, that's the only time to actually breathe when I'm talking. So, Stevie J, he has a party, and of course Jocelyn is there. Pretty much it seems like anyone who's in LA, in the vicinity, that is associated with VH1 production, notice how I said production. You know, I'm sure production covered like 60% of the amount of people who were actually at that pool party, because I'm thinking, this is a pool party. We see the pool, we see the house, but where are the people? We see, of course, Fizz, and we're not saying Lil Fizz anymore because these aren't kids, teenagers anymore. We see Fizz, we see Nikki Baby, and I was just like, look at Nikki Baby and Jocelyn. They have similar body types. I was like, damn, did they go to the same people? It doesn't matter because I appreciate both of them, but I'm just like... And so, right now, Stevie J and Jocelyn decide they're going to fake the funk. And Stevie J's even pretending to be nice to Dawn, even though he knows that Dawn is trying to go and do some type of shady stuff with Jocelyn, but it won't work because he has Jocelyn under contract. Karlie Red is there with Tiara and Jessica Dime. Everyone looks good. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone looks good. We're not talking about natural bodies. We're not talking about any of that. Everyone looks good. So, Karlie just talks about how, you know, Life, I went and confronted him about potentially being married, and then he gave me this. And it was just like, a ring? And Jessica said the right thing. Is it real? Because we're looking at that thing like, is that a diamond? Is that a flawed diamond? Is that a white sapphire? Like, what is that? Because that's really big. And we know how much real diamonds, flawless cut diamonds, are when they're even close to that size. So, that's sort of like, is it real? Doesn't matter because we still got it. Now, Karlie's thinking that she's a boss because she's going to finally go and tell Tiara what's good. And Dime steps back because Dime knows that some BS is going to occur. So she goes and tells Tiara about how, oh, yeah, by the way, I was sleeping with your baby daddy. And Tiara reacts the normal way that we think that you would actually react when you're not really over your significant other or your ex, even though you're pretending like you are. Yeah, Tiara is just like, so this chick was part of the reason why I got in the first fight, and so she gonna be the reason why I get into another one, but this time with her. Because it was just like, Karlie, you old, haggard hoe. Not my words, her words. And she was just like, clearly she's a drink thrower because she tried to take Jessica Dime's drink, and Jessica was just like, now hold up it, don't do it, don't do it. And then Jessica Dime's like, you wasting my drink. I know that will piss a lot of people off, so I'm not trying to make fun of her. Trying to make fun of her regarding that, but we have to the foolery. And during her confessionals, that made me thinking, okay, either she really did pay attention to the show previously, or she's been around Mimi or the others long enough to learn the dirt on Karlie Red, because it's just like, oh, well, we know you a hoe because you're used to this type of behavior, you know, being with Jock, and you know how Jock is. No, I'm like, wait a minute. So you went from not knowing who any of these people are to all of a sudden having the digs on everyone. Okay now. Okay. And Karlie left. Jocelyn was just messing with her the whole time because Jocelyn was just like, look, I'm here with Stevie. This is how it is. This is the image that we're going to keep up. Stevie's going to stay in line. He's going to stay in formation. So there's nothing you can do about it, Jessica Diamond. That's nothing you can do about it. And it's just like, why don't you go continue being the irrelevant person that you really are? And Dime wasn't really going hard on Jocelyn. She was more so going after Dawn, which I was okay with. Because Dime was like, wait a minute. You are the fakest person in life. Just because Jocelyn allowed you to come back into her good graces, now you're going to pretend like you didn't tell me and the rest of Atlanta the fact that Stevie and Jocelyn aren't married? What's really going on? And I found it interesting how Nikki Baby and Fizz are just looking out there like, we're not getting a check to go and entertain these type of shenanigans, so we're going to stay out of it. Jocelyn was just twerking in the pool. Everyone was around her. Then Nikki Baby was like, all right, we're going to do ass shots. You know, actual ass shots as in alcohol, not the other ass shots. And Mimi's back in Atlanta with Tiara, and Tiara of course filled her in on what Miss Karlie Red has been doing, and Mimi was just like, this Karlie, she's messy, we already know the situation. But Mimi feels a certain way because she's thinking Stevie J's really been playing her. Duh! Of course Stevie J has been playing you this whole time. And clearly Jocelyn's... So Mimi's thinking, you know, after years and years of dealing with Stevie J and his inconsistency, maybe I should take up Jocelyn on her offer of advice of putting Stevie J on child support because, you know, he has all of his other baby mamas are on child support. So, and I've been taking care of Eva because I actually have an income, but... You know, just to solidify, just to help me out, because that is his daughter at the end of the day. I'm thinking, Mimi, you're not wrong. This is the one case where I'm like, good, fine, whatever, because it's for your daughter. We already know you take care of your daughter. You've been taking care of her for all this time, and he is the father. So this extra commitment of finances, it shouldn't be an issue, especially since Stevie J is working again. So he should be getting at least a certain percentage up front to allow him to pay for all of the child support. But Mimi, guess what? She's taking she's doing round 2 in the lady pond. Yes, Mimi has a new girlfriend, and it's not Chris. It's not Chris. I'm not sure if it's another situation like Chris where the girl doesn't really identify as being a female. But all we know is that Chris doesn't really know that Mimi is out and about and dating again. Chris kind of thinks that they're both just kind of casually bumping and grinding and just not having any strings attached. So Mimi has to go and net that in the butt. We're like, oh, okay, Mimi, so you went from being goo goo gaga over to admitting that you did stuff with Jocelyn to, oh, okay, we see it now. Oh, we see it now. Anyway, K. Michelle's still in New York doing her press run, and she has Adrian with her. And Adrian is feeling really inspired. And Arian, why do we call her Adrian? And Arian is doing a great job of keeping up. She's doing a great job of keeping up until the point where K. Michelle had her showcase, and she left because Arian wasn't with the crew. Arian should know better. You always roll with the crew. Everyone knows that. So Arian got left behind because K. Michelle's like, I'm not waiting for anyone. Arian was right by the door, but clearly when everyone else was going left, she went right. And because she went right, she lost her ride. And I always thought it was interesting how no one knew who she was. Like, it's not that it mattered, but it just shows. Because if I was me and I was on a reality show, I'd definitely make sure that people would at least be like, oh my gosh, can you, oh, is that, oh, can you take a bit? But then again, it was probably all cast, crew, industry, and so, whatever. Now, we get to Amber Pretty. That's her name. Amber Pretty. Amber Pretty is having her cosmetic line. Jock's there supporting her. And guess who strolls in? J-Nick and Tiara. And so, you know, J Max was just like, look, I don't understand what the problem is. I don't understand what the problem is. Because, you know, you're with Jock, and I already knew about you being with Jock because Jock told me about it. And Jock was just like, yeah, because you wanted me to, you know, man up and say something. So I actually did say something. I just neglected to say nothing to you to make sure that we had a good scene. Yeah, come on now. And so Tierra was just like, yeah, so what's the problem? What's the problem? What's good? I forgot who started the argument, but long story extremely cut short, a fight starts. And when I say a fight, a Love and Hip Hop 2016 version of a fight, where no one actually makes physical contact with each other. Security jumps in and stays in. It's just like, oh, so you a hoe? You doing this? You doing that? You know he's with me, but you still acting like that? It's just like, excuse me, what's the problem? Because, you know, I'm getting money. It's just like, you're getting money. Honey, you have a 9 to 5. I'm an entrepreneur. It's just like, you working in the strip club on the pole. It's just like, yeah, you working in that same club. Oh, well, again, I have a corporate job. You have that 9 to 5 that don't pay you much. It's just like, no, I have a lot of real money. I was just like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So what are you doing on here? What are you doing on here? Gosh, everyone wants fame. I don't want fame. I want money. I don't want fame. I want money. Like, I love you guys, and I would do this for free. In some videos, it feels like I'm doing it for free. But to do what they're doing, no, I want money. Money, money, money. So that I could actually go and do things. Not just spend it, but do things and have a real impact. But I guess anyway. We're at Tammy's fashion show and everything's going well. Of course, Rashida's there. I guess their mutual guy friend is there. And Bambi's actually in the fashion show. And of course, she looks really good. Scraps thought so too. Scrappy thought so too because he came in with flowers. It's like, woo! 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 That's how Scrappy was like. It's just like, whoo! There goes my baby. That is how Scrappy. So afterwards, oh yeah, and Deb came in too because Waka said you have to go. Deb wasn't really feeling it. Today wasn't a good day, but she still went down because Waka's just like, you know, that's still our family. You still have to go and support. And damn you, Rashida, when Rashida asked Tammy, so what's going on? It's just like, yeah, so Waka Flocka and I, we're no longer together. I'm moving out and all that. And then, you know, when she just kept talking and thinking about what it actually meant. She started to cry and everyone gave her a love and embrace. And here comes Scrappy. Scrappy goes and talks with Bambi and Tammy's happy because she's like, oh, this is cute. This is really cute. You know, him coming in, showing Bambi, my friend, some love. This is what I needed right now. So everyone's just gawking at them because this is a couple of inches away, listening to the whole conversation. And essentially, Scrappy's just like, I've changed. I'm matured now. Bambi's just saying, yeah, well, I have to see it because the person who I was with before, I don't want to deal with that person ever again. So here's how this is going to work. Yeah, these flowers, they were a nice start. Thank you. That's it. That's it. You can go. Thank you. Thank you though. Bye. Just like, oh, okay. And this is where Deb comes in. And the look that Tammy had on her face, like, ooh, I love you. And I'm happy that you were here because Tammy did say that she was really happy to see Deb. But it was just like, oh, but this is still kind of weird. So Deb and Tammy have a talk, and Tammy's just like, look, I love Waka, I love you, but there's certain things that I will and won't take, and so I can't live in that house anymore. I'm moving out of my own house, and pretty much Deb's just like, I had a bad day, I can't take, don't you bring me no bad news. And Tammy dropped a bomb on her that she was moving out, and Deb, she couldn't take it, so she started to cry, and it was a real cry. It was just like, forget the cameras, forget all of that. Tammy just had this look of, and you know, the camera editing And so messed up, because every time they pan back to Tammy, it was the progression of her slowly starting to muster up the tears to really start to cry. And then you just see her like, oh, don't cry. And I'm just like, oh Lord, please don't cry. Please don't cry. You still love each other. You'll still be committed to each other. Just don't cry. Please don't cry. So that was it. That was probably, again, one of the realest moments of this entire series. Oh, damn it, man. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week.